Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Stoneblock. So I decided to clean out this area and I decided to make it only 5 tall. I'm pretty sure that's 5 tall because we keep running into problems with some of this automations where things are just too high to actually work with them. So if I'm going to build something like that, I'm going to have to make it a bigger multi-leveled build. We're making progress on the slime chickens. We're making progress on the diamond chickens. I moved the cows up here. So once I have some wheat, I can start crossbreeding them. I need to fill in that hole and that hole with dirt. Do I actually have any dirt with me? None. I put this brewing stand here just for aesthetic reasons. So this area here is kind of now done with as far as some of the stuff we're doing. I have some consistent problems that are happening with both running low on GP and running low on what would it be called? Running low on redstone power and running low on frankly just about everything else. Let's see. Are we making any progress here? Like, we should take this while we have it, and we should take all the string we can get, and we'll take this chest. I also had a problem with lighting, so when we get down to the farming area again, I'll show that I put a ridiculous amount of glowstone, so that is a problem too. Let's see. So buckets, and we were gonna make the inscriber, so that will be something we want to do, but I want to get the GP going, and then so I'm gonna make these water mills. It says it gives adjacent water flowing for GP. Eventually I would like the dragon egg mill. Like, one dragon egg seems to produce more than enough GP for what you need. So if 500 is the max, it'd be kind of crazy to make let's see. Seems like we could probably make a reasonable number of these. How do we make stone burnt? Okay. We would need to either have polished stone in a resonator, which polished stone is not something that would really be too big of a deal. Stone burnt, these we can make easy. 1, 2, quick as can be. All of these require stone burnt though. Like, operate when adjacent to lava. We could also certainly do that, but I don't see a reason to have water, have lava instead of water. The windmill seems to be random, and it's weird that this number seems to just randomly change every tick. Placing it over fire would be doable too, or we can make a manual mill. Seems like red coal might not even, I don't know how that would really work with anything. Let's see, boost fuel efficiency with additional GP up to 700%. Current efficiency boost is 0. So maybe what I could do is I could start building red coal by turning coal into red coal, and then that might speed some things up. And we have all these speed upgrades that we haven't been able to use. So water mill is the first thing we do want to make, which I guess means we need to see if we can make a resonator. Alright, resonator requires a block of coal and everything else. We already have coal. We just don't have a block of coal on us right now. I ran into a problem where I was not seeing anything because I had everything in crafting. I had it selected just to show me craftables. I thought that that was a different issue, and because of that I was afraid I was going to have to make dense energy cables, which dense, let's see if I can spell it, dense cables are something we're going to build eventually. ME dense cables, this ME dense smart cable I think is what we really want to make, which doesn't seem like it's too hard. It would just be an ME dense covered cable, which is an ME cable covered cable compounded, and then let's see, how do we craft this? With some kind of wool over flux cable. So I'd have to make a bunch of wool, which that's not what you do. So bunch of wool, and this woven cotton I think might be useful for something later, but right now let's not deal with that. So just standard white wool, which will leave us a little low on string if we need that, and then so yeah, this is this, which I think I have more flux cables here. Yeah, so we make those and remove that, and then we do this in equal amounts like that, and then we just need ME dense smart cable, which is just this. So the reason why we wanted to go through all that is so I can break something like that, this import bus and the flux cable. I can put the import bus back here without really changing anything, and then I can put this here, and come on, this should work. Seriously? That should have worked. ME dense fluid. Okay. So it seems like there's a breakdown on how some of this connects. Maybe this dense cable is more of what you would call a backbone in networking cable, and this is and the glass cable is more of the default stuff. Right. And we're out of inventory slots again. So I've got these transfer pipes. I wonder if I was to take a transfer pipe and put it on a ender chest. You think that might work? Maybe? Maybe? See, I would need my wrench. I was gonna stand here and also empty out all of the things in our inventory. See, I'm using this Stoneblock. The transfer pipes I think I'm gonna have to start using for other projects too. Like, yeah, I don't think I need to hold on to redstone anymore. And glowstone, I don't need to hold on to. And maybe I don't need flux pipes. Maybe I do. Right. Is this filling up? Let's get the wrench out. This wrench on transfer pipes, if I understand this correctly, like, if you right click, we'll turn it into a one-way only thing. I screwed that up. Okay. So I do theoretically want it here, but this isn't really getting any of the items. So let's see. What mod is transfer pipes from? Let's see. It's BC Transport. No, it's extra utilities. So at extra, what are the extra utilities items? You have transfer pipe, you have a player chest, you have a wrench, transfer filter, transfer node items. So wait a minute, I already have a transfer node, so let's not make more. Alright. And no filter. Is this potentially emptying out our inventory? I think it is. I think the transfer node is actually doing its job. So we may have this. Guess we'll toss both of those for now. Like, it's kind of nice we've got a little bit of stuff to do right now because I need more seeds. I've also got these worms that I'm placing down. I don't know what they're really for. It says the worms are pretty useful. Once placed down, they will help you till the land. Is that all? If you want to remove a worm. See, I think it's a weird addition, certainly, to do that, because then you have these animated items that are just moving at all times, and theoretically that's taking out processing power and graphics power. We were making the resonator, or we were thinking about making the resonator. Let's see, resonator required a block of coal. A block of coal would take, let's see, this barrel does have charcoal. I don't know if a block of charcoal is equivalent enough though. Say coal. It never occurred to me that a block of coal might be something I needed. Let's see. Well, we could look here. Alright, that worked pretty easily. Coal. Now. Coal. Here. Block of coal now made. Let's now make a resonator, which we can make because we already had a couple of these resonating redstone crystals. So power, I plan on having power generation kind of back behind here, at least to start off with. But at the current moment, I guess we can kind of build back this way. Now, what we needed to make a water mill was stone burnt, which requires polished stone, which requires stone bricks. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we can have some cobblestone turned into some bricks. There we go. While we're over here, we got 10, 10, 9, 10, 9, 8, and 9, 9, 9. 999 is probably better in that instance. Take that stone, cook some more stone up. Right. We've got to change the search key. There we go. Now polished stone. Again, there's a bunch of this. Like 4. That's not good enough. Make a stack of that, and then make a stack. Didn't realize this was still going to be pedantic like that. Okay, so just a little bit over what we needed. Question, I guess, now is we don't have enough grid power. So we can't do that yet, so we need the manual mill. Okay, manual mill. Right. Not difficult to make. Let me guess. I have to sit and do this with the right click. Yep. So just with an empty hand, I'm creating grid power. I kind of get the idea of grid power, but in modded, it really just gets in the way. It really is just a stupid idea of, oh, you can't run certain devices unless you have this magical, not really electricity because it's just floating through the air. So it's kind of just this magical wireless electricity that is shared throughout all the different worlds and all the different designs, and seems like only a tiny number of mods use it, if not just the one mod that it was invented for. I'd really like to see it in a mod like this just taken out, because this isn't fun. Holding right click is not ever going to be a fun experience. Oh, I guess I didn't have to hold right click. I could have just hovered over it. All right, 10, 10, 10 with a 10, 9, 9. All right. And over here we've got a 6, 8, 5 and a 7, 6, 8. Let's actually put the 7, 7, 6 here. That way we can try and increase the numbers in a more balanced fashion. Was that enough to give me enough stone burnt to make a water mill? I think I can. So, not to be confused with a sag mill, which has nothing to do with this design, I don't think. Right. Not windmill. We're looking for watermill. Watermill needs another one of these, because one I made 2 of those, and it needs, I thought I already had this. Okay, well, if I'm going to need a ender shard, then that means I need a glass cutter, and then let's see. So this is another crazy part of this mod, is you cut a ender pearl which I definitely don't have enough ender pearls to do that. You cut it into 8 shards. So then you can do this, which I feel like there was another way to make this. But it says there's no other crafting recipe for that. So I made something that looks like that, but isn't that. Okay. So what I want to do with this is I'd like water to fall over this. So let's see how this works. Bucket of water. So every face that this theoretically, there's 6 faces here. So if I did this, flowing water should be touching several of these. It should be actually, there should be flowing water on each one of this, and that says it's giving me grid power of 1.68, which is not enough. And right now the grid is overloaded, which I think might mean that I also need to remove that as a object in the universe. Okay, so that was an experiment at 1.68, and theoretically that was supposed to be that should have been the maximum amount of power. Let's do something that I've seen is a slightly more traditional build, which would be this. Yeah, immediately that is more. So yeah, I don't know what this is generating. 14 things. So what if I was to then do this, that, and that? Still generating 14. Still generating 14. If I take that out and put it here, it's not generating anything. It's not generating anything. So yeah, it does seem like the description is a little deceptive. At best, you can have 4 faces with water flowing through it, which honestly I'm not sure there's really a need to build more than one of these at all. Like, that might just be enough. That'll make me some stone burnt, which I'm not sure I ever am gonna need again. And see if I put one here, it generates 16. That's still generating 16. Alright, now if I put that there, that says it's still generating 16. Might have hit a maximum possible. And that says it's still generating 16. And I guess that's kind of nice and pretty. And so that's still 16. That's still 16. And yeah, I don't think there's anything more we need to do with that. Let's get back into this system. We were making inscribers and advanced inscribers if we can make them. So an inscriber, which apparently is spelled differently, or I misspelled it. There we go. We've got 2 inscribers already. What would it take to make an advanced subscriber? Energy processor. So let's not do that yet. Instead, let's take these 2 inscribers and let's make one more, which then requires this, which, do we still not have any blood? Alright. Blood. We don't have enough blood. Unless we have more rotten flesh, which we kind of do, but we kind of don't. That's not gonna work. Come on. Slime chicken, we need you terribly. There might be a way to make a slime tree that would produce more slime balls, but I'm not sure that that really is necessary. Let's see. Well, this is better, so that should be there. 896 is also better, so that should be there. Get that. And now we have 10 chickens. 10 with another 10. The diamond chickens are ready to go. Let's just make 16 of them, and then we'll look at what the quest is as far as diamond chickens. Nothing. I can go put it in cold storage until we get the glowstone chicken going, which is another quartz and yellow chicken, and then do the cocoa brown with the glowstone chicken. Like, next thing I could do is grab the slime chickens and the red chickens from the basement. So I need to get nether quartz chickens, bring them back up here. I need to get red chickens, bring them back up here. Meanwhile, this can just make some more diamond chickens. Be helpful. This is smart cable is what I needed to see, is just how many channels are actually being used, because that will be an issue. Let's see. Okay, my idea was to take this IO port, ME interface, whatever, and have one here, and let's see. What we were gonna do is we were gonna make a pattern with, let's see, inscriber calculation press with, I think, a diamond. Let's see. Block of iron. No. Let's see. We need to look up the processors. Right. Inscriber calculation press is a printed calculation circuit, which is a pure Certus crystal. Okay. So we need a pure Certus crystal pattern on, and this here. And see, I don't think this is really gonna work. And this one we need the inscriber silicon press. I can't do anything with these until I make the patterns. So silicone, do we have a couple pieces? Thank goodness. And pure Certus crystal. Do we have those? Yes. And then we need blank patterns. Blank. Right. Blank patterns, which apparently require quartz glass, which apparently requires crushed quartz or Certus quartz dust. Okay. So Certus quartz crystal. We'll make a stack of that and put it, I believe, in the crusher. I'm not even sure on that one. It might be the pulverizer, it might be the crusher, it might be either one that's the better move. 8, 10, 7. Better than what we've got. Is what is this? Why is this one not being able to process as much as I'd like it to? I think I want to get rid of this crystal growth chamber, by the way. I don't know if there's any reason to really want to hold on to it anymore. It's just dropping out all these crystals that then just turn into a problem because they're filling up my inventory. And I think the problem right now is that we just don't know what that's from or what that's designed to do. Okay. So these blank patterns are not the cheapest things in the world. But in this case, I think it's going to be worth it. Of course, I probably just made a bunch when I didn't need to. Inscriber Engineer Press. So I want to change this. I want to take this out and put the blank patterns here. Apparently I had some already. And I'm going to say a diamond gives you a printed engineer circuit. I'm going to say a Certus crystal gives you a printed calculation circuit, and I'm going to say a silicon piece gives you that. Okay. Now, let's see if that works. What I'm gonna do is put this here and this here. And I feel like the ME interface might be able to have a crafting augmentation. Let's see. Crafting card. This can be used for auto crafting. It stores ingredients and the end result for no recipe. It says RF tools. And yeah, it does not look like anything like that. So I'm thinking maybe there's a different augmentation that would make sense. We're looking for something here. Is this even ME's augmentations? No. So I'm looking at the wrong thing. Interface terminal. Let's see. So ME. Let's see. Well, we know this is actually, well, at ME. Well, no, just type in ME, I guess, is the best thing to do. Space. ME drive. We're looking for things that these actually additions or augmentations are part of that. Okay. Capacity club card wouldn't work. Crafting card would work. So I can make a crafting card. In fact, I think I already have. So let's see if that's true. Crafting. Yeah. Crafting card here. Because silicon doesn't seem like it comes up because I'm misspelling it. Silicon is crafted with silicon essence or by smelting quartz powder or redstone furnacing. It says quartz dust. Material Stoneworks Factory? Interesting. I didn't... Is this something useful? I don't know. We'll have to see about that one. Or maybe we'll just do it differently later. Probably gonna have to do a lot of work to fix a lot of this stuff. Let's see. The next thing we wanted to see is, can we craft a what were they called? Circuits? Okay. Printed logic circuits. We can't. Printed engineer circuits. We can't. See, that was gold. And these were, this one was diamonds. Yeah. Inscriber logic circuit goes there. Get rid of the polished stone. Oh, I haven't put any of the encoded patterns in. So of course that wouldn't work yet. Okay. So if I try to craft this, we'll see what happens. It puts a diamond in here, which is great, except for that's wrong. And yeah, it would have been this one. Or maybe that was the wrong thing. Let's see. Engineer, silicon, and calculation. Should have been what I went for. Let's take that out again and try this again. Craft this. We're missing 20 pure Certus crystals. What in the world did I encode there? Yeah, these patterns did not do right at all. Okay. This should be a single piece of silicon goes into that. Okay. And then a single Certus crystal goes into that. Okay. And I'll have to undo the other ones later. Again, didn't do it right. A single piece goes into a single piece. Take this. These are all different. Blank patterns needed again. Let's put that there. Okay. So next, we're missing one pure Certus crystal. Next, we've got it. No crafting CPUs are available. Why do I not have any crafting CPUs available? Jeez. Jeez Louise. Do they all have to be connected to the molecular assembler? Let's see. Crafting. Oh, let's go ahead and cancel and see if that works again. I may have just had a bad code in there. Is it really gonna work? Pure crystal with the wrong one. Okay. So the problem here is we're gonna need a separate ME interface for each of these to build this. And I think I may end up doing some of this just off screen because it's going to be the epitome of tedium. So this one will do silicon and only silicon. Right. Let's see if we can at least request that. Silicon. We have a bunch of these. We can put the rest of the silicon in here. We can go craft. We can cancel the previous failed process. Craft one of these. Start. By the way, the crafting card here, let's see what that does. Okay, so what are the cards that we can put in to the inscriber? Because it doesn't seem like there's something here. Acceleration cards would be very useful and don't seem like they're too hard to make, as long as I can make advanced cards, which would require a lot of things. No, unfortunately though, I can't make an acceleration card. So what other cards are there to make? Basic card, capacity card, which would be the import export bus. ME interface. IO port is not what we need. Import export bus. Is not what this is. This is an ME interface. So ME import export bus. I guess there is only an import bus and an export bus. And what I'm failing to understand is it's just saying, oh yes, it could be an import or an export bus. Import buses would require more annihilation cards. Cores. We'll need a couple of those. And then this will require at least one of these. And that goes back to that. We'll put the stone burnt away. So in an effort to make this a little bit nicer, we'll put the import bus under, I guess not there. Let's put that there. Connect that back up. And then we need some more Fluix glass. Let's see if we've got any more of that dense cable. Dense smart cable. Might as well start down the process of trying to use all that. Nope. Dense smart cable doesn't seem like it will let me use that. So then it's just regular cable, which makes things a little bit easier. What this means is eventually we'll have builds that are using these kind of parts of the network, but only these parts. Okay. This I don't think has power either, which then means we need to start providing power, which probably means this is the worst place to build this. Yeah, it is. It's a real dumb place to build it. Like, let's be serious and move some stuff around. Okay. We need the redstone cable. May not have that in this. I may have it in here. Redstone, heated energy. Alright. Yeah. Put that there. So. Power. It's going back this way. Alright. Let me ask something. Can I combine things? Doesn't look like I can. Okay. Need to get rid of some stuff. Okay. So, inscriber and ME interface should, let's see. Inscriber is going to need power, and the import bus is going to need something too. This is a bit of a tricky situation. I guess to go with logic, you would do it like this, and then you gotta find the crafting card, which I don't think it actually needs. Excuse me while I adjust myself in this chair. I've been sitting for quite a long time. Let's see. Did I not get the import interface? Because if I lost that, that would be a nightmare. Yeah. That is the number one thing. Do not lose. Right, so that's input going that way. Is this ME interface online? Creates 7 printed silicon. Creates 1 printed calculation circuit. Alright, so 1 printed calculation circuit for pure quartz, which means then we need that in that. Okay. And I'll put that there just so it kind of knows. I don't think it really needs that, but we'll see. So printed calculation. And honestly, I guess like a lot of people probably have already seen this stuff. Printed calculation circuit. This, that should be working, but it clearly isn't, because this needs some way to connect down in a different way. Let's go down. Wait, but then that messes up the power. The power generation is going to be an issue. Let's see. I have seen something that transfers both power and data. Can we replace that? Let's see. Power and items would be... Do we have something like that? Let's see. ME cables. What kind of cables do we make? Like, cables are one thing, and then the other one was redstone power duct. Let's see. How many pages of red things? Redstone energy flux duct. So I think I would need something that is a flux duct. Crafting. Let's see, hardened flux duct. Cryo-stabilized flux duct would be ideal, but obviously it's not really doable right now. So an inscriber needs power. and the import bus, I don't know if it needs connection. So I don't see a way you don't end up just like creating a redundant setup in one way or the other. I guess what you do is you ignore the tops. That might be the only real way to do this, is just have a row of ME interfaces on one side, a row of inscribers, and then a row of power. You have importers on the bottom. This one's actually in the way for the moment. Let's see. One printed calculation circuit for pure quartz. So then we need to put in the, let's see, calculation circuit. Or maybe we'll just put in a different pattern. One printed silicon circuit. Okay. So silicon press goes there, and then filter goes there, so it knows what to do. And unless it actually needs the ME crafting card, that should work. Right, okay. So printed silicon doesn't work. It does need the crafting card. What is happening here? Does this need power also? No, it couldn't need power. It was working fine over here. Let's see. Printed silicon. This encoded pattern seems right. It's not like a point. Jeez, why is this not working? It should be in there. Does this change? Silicon. Yeah, they're there when they're there. Alright, well, let's experiment. Let's take this and this and this, and let's just provide power here, and here. Like, doesn't even want power. So now this has 2 power ports. This is a import bus. Is this in some way not connected to down here where what needs to, does it need to be actually connected to something down here, the ME interface? I don't know why one ME interface would need to be connected to another ME interface. Ah, this is ridiculous. Alright. This is really, really ridiculous. Well, let's see. We're 10 minutes over. Really do want to figure this out, though. We could connect the ME drive to that. Doesn't really change anything. Maybe it's because of the direction this is looking. Like, that would be silly. There does seem to be some directions, maybe it doesn't like. We have printed calculation circuit, which what ME interface is even offering that? None of them. So we're putting a pure source quartz into something. I don't know what. This feels glitched. This feels really, really glitched. We've got this pattern. Guess we could see if maybe there's something wrong with the pattern. Do not push crafting items if inventory contains items. No, I don't see a reason to do that. Hey, apparently there was something wrong with that pattern. Okay. Let's make a blank pattern. You know what, I'm just gonna blank all these patterns, because if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it offline. So this inscriber should be very, very slowly crafting what we need. Is it? No. Is the advanced inscriber doing anything? No. Did the item get inscribed and end up in the inventory? Maybe. Let's see. This is waiting for that printed silicon, which maybe the crafting card messes that up. Okay. Start. See, unless this molecular assembler does something different, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have a clue how it thinks it's building or doing anything right now. This should work. This really should work. Everything is powered just fine. We've still got an issue of like, start that processing. CPU scheduled, stored. We're in the right mode. Is that possibly what it needs? Is that it needs to know that this is where you get that item from before it even starts? Craft 1, start. Craft is now scheduled. We have 3 of 32 channels being used. This one has energy. Oh, I guess maybe I need an export bus. This is crazy. But I guess that's what this is. So we're gonna need an export bus, we're gonna need an import bus for everything. Let's see. I don't even know if I have any export buses. What did I do with them? Yeah. I don't have any ME export buses in our system. I know I made one somewhere. Let's see, ME export. ME export bus requires a formation core. This. So yeah, this is a nightmare of resources, particularly around the incredibly boring part of having to build logic circuits. And yeah, I get it. That would be boring in the real world too, but let's see if we can. It's not what I was gonna do. I was gonna wrench this so that it faced a direction. Doesn't seem like it will. Alright. I guess maybe this is the way to do this, is put an export bus here, put one there, put one there, and we'll need some silicon. Let's see. So silicon. Where did my silicon go? I had silicon. Definitely had silicon. Oh, did I make it? Apparently I made the silicon. So I'm gonna have to do some research off screen. So apologies for this, but I'm gonna have to do some research off screen, make some more silicon, and then we'll see if things are now fixed and this is set the way it should be. It's still going to be quite the hassle to get anywhere and get anything close to being where I'd like to be. Here, I have some seeds I could have handed over. So 8, 9, 9, 10, 8. So this is 9, 9, 9, 9, 10, 8. Guess that's good enough. And these 10, 10, 10 chickens just need a few more diamonds. Diamond chickens. And I've got so many holes in the floor right now that there's kind of no way to even get around. And all I was trying to do, I guess I'm always going to do that until we have now quite a large amount of seeds. Because this is a maximum farm. We can, I guess I saved the best for last. Here are these little worms. Now, if I do decide to put in the growth crystals, I can close in these walls with water. But if I don't, I've got to live with them. Right now, there's nothing increasing the growth rate on any of the plants here, and that it still seems like it is doing a perfectly fine job to create more than enough seeds for our purposes. Eventually I might pipe all of the seeds down towards a towards the cold storage in the basement so that I could use the seeds to automatically generate whatever chicken I have that will make the biggest amount of space. And we didn't get to the cows. Look how close I had to put all the lights, and they're not really centered. So there's a need for designing a better lighting system. I don't really want to do like hidden, painted, chiseled in bits lights if I can get around it. I'd like to see if there's something that will just cause plants to grow in general. I'm working my way down to emptying this place so that we could put the growth crystals. I think we will, because we'll probably only have like 1 or 2 pieces of wheat actually growing in the long run, and then we'll start putting some more resource productive items. So if there's, for instance, a plant that gives us emeralds or diamonds, we might fill the whole thing with that instead. And the other thing I'm going to do off screen is I'm going to take these transfer pipes and see if I can use them to transfer items to the cold storage, because the roost collector is just not cutting it at all. It's totally screwed up as far as how much space it can hold. Yeah. Well, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have